In the paper portion of my project, I researched and analyzed the psychological validity of the novels Pamela, Evelina, and Pride and Prejudice. During my peer review, however, I was asked to demonstrate the usefulness and importance of the psychological perspective when it comes to analyzing courtship narratives. And the purpose of this video is to do just that. First, I went out into the Georgia Tech community to gather some information from the students. Alright, so why do you think good girls like bad guys?
Good question. I think good girls like bad guys because they want to fix a bad guy, because they see him as being broken.
Alright, why do you think good girls like to go for the bad guys?
I don't know, maybe they think they could make them change their ways or something.
So you think they can, correct them? Why do you think the good girls like the bad guys?
The world may never know. It's just one of those, just mysteries of life. Honest to God, never gonna know.
My sister told me that her friend's older sister does that exact thing. Like, she goes with the guys who are tattoo and all that stuff.
Do you think it makes sense to do that?
Absolutely not, but they do it anyways.
Do you think it goes the other way around, like good guys like bad girls, or no?
I don't think they necessarily like bad girls because they want to fix them, but I don't know.
Hey, is that you, dude?
I don't know. I don't think it goes both ways. No.
Do you think it makes sense that good girls would like bad guys? Or
Yes.
It does?
Yeah, I think they like something about someone who's edgy. It's like that. Renegade type thing.
After those interviews, one subject agreed to do a more in-depth study to demonstrate the benefits of the psychological perspective in terms of analyzing literature. I provided the subject with passages from the novel Pamela that demonstrated Mr. B's change in character throughout the novel that also paralleled the change in Mr. B's and Pamela's relationship. First, I asked the subject to analyze their relationship in his own words and try to explain what was going on. I then provided him with a list of psychological terms and theories and asked him to analyze the passages using those terms and theories and see if they made any more sense to him. As shown through these interviews and the analysis, we don't always need the psychological perspective to come up with our own answers to some of love's mysteries, such as why do good girls fall for bad guys. But the psychological perspective definitely helps us come up with answers that are more logical and easier to understand. For example, in analysis number 1, the subject used the psychological term Stockholm Syndrome when I had not provided him with any psychological terms. This suggests that we as humans can use psychological terms naturally to make things more understandable for us. The psychological perspective is very important when reading courtship narratives, especially when we're reading novels like Twilight. Because if we can't determine what makes sense psychologically and what doesn't, we may come away from the book as readers with a message that the author didn't intend. Without the psychological perspective, instead of walking away from Twilight with themes of the Mormon religion and faith and pure love, we might walk away believing that we can find our perfect lover like Edward, when in fact that isn't always true, which can be very dangerous.